Right, this is making a useful substance using limestone. So we're going to look at how to make concrete. These are the beams, these are the concrete beams we're going to use, that's the mould. But firstly, what we need are the raw ingredients. So what we need is cement, we need sand, and we need gravel. Now I have used pots that are the same size, so I know that the same volume, each component's going in there. Now what you'll see in your book is that there will be different ratios of the cement, sand and gravel, and what you do to that is you just add some water and mix it to a wet but not too wet consistency. So I've mixed this now to a fairly wet consistency, and I'm just going to pour it or scoop it into the moulds, and this is what you would have been doing in your groups. So we pour the concrete into these standard moulds. Right, you'd have had one mould for each ratio. This is the 2-3-3 ratio of cement, sand and gravel. You've got these wooden blocks either side. Now if you overfill it accidentally, you can just have a scraper and scrape off any of the excess. So that's our moulds, and we have to leave them dry for at least a week. And what you end up with are the different ratios, 1.5, 1.5, 5, cement, sand, gravel. And these, we've also got a 1-2-5 ratio, cement, sand, gravel, and we've got a 3-3, cement, sand, and you can see they all look slightly different in the textures. Right, this is how we're going to test the strength of each of the concrete bars that have been dried out for the last week. We've made sure that it's in the middle. We've got a bucket hanging from the middle of the beam, and we've got the same amount of beam hanging from each stool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 kilo masses into the bucket. And we keep on adding them until that beam snaps. Now, just for information, when the beam does snap, it doesn't crumble, it snaps in half like that. Right, and we keep adding the masses until the beam does actually snap. So you can see here that the beam has snapped and the bucket obviously has fallen to the floor. So these are the results now that we've got for 1-2-5. The ratio 1-2-5 was 1 kilo, 1,000 grams for it to break. The 1.5, 1.5, 5 was 5 kilograms. You can change that to grams. And the 2-3-3 was 8.5 kilograms until it snapped.